Now that we have all of our Boujee balloons inflated, we're gonna start adding them. So this is step one, or adding them with a 260 twister. So I'm just gonna grab a cluster of 4. I'm gonna tie my 260 around the neck, just like we did before, like that. This gives you a little more creative freedom the way that we're doing this. It allows you to kind of add things in and fill out where you need to or where you're wanting to. So I'm going to start kind of at our midway point, and I want the colors to kind of be a little bit not all the same right here. So we're going to just put the purple in here. I'm going to do kind of the same technique we do with ribbon and the 260s, where we're going to figure 8 this in. I'm going to just take that, find a good spot. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go around one spot, just one time. That's all I have to do. And then go around here, so just figure 8 back on itself. I'm going to keep going because I'm going to add a 16-inch balloon. Actually, I'm going to add a set of 2 because I have that. You're not always going to end up with clusters of 4, so I'm just going to take this set of 2, work it in there, wrap it around. Then I am going to add my 16-inch pair. Come in here, same thing, wrap it around. And I can tie this because I'm done with this one particular spot, so just tie that back, tuck it in there, and then I'm going to start filling in right here. So one of the things you want to make sure of is that you are not taking and dragging this along the balloon like here. I want to pull this really tight, and then I want to wrap it around the base right here so I don't accidentally pop anything. So I'm going to come like this and like that. So whatever you do when you're tightening it, don't drag it kind of across this part of the balloon. So just like that. So I'm going to kind of come up in here. I can either just go around one of these balloons, or I can go around this sort of main vein that's in there from before. Again, I just go around it once, and then I actually want to come back and figure 8 on this cluster. Like that. So it's tucked in there, like so. Like that. And then I have just enough left of this 260 to wrap this guy in here. So I'm going to wrap a couple times and then just tie it like that. And then every so often just kind of step back and look at your work and see if anything needs to be moved or rearranged or pulled around to the front or secured down. You know, sometimes you'll need to add another spot so it feels like it's staying, or you'll need to fill in those gaps. But we are going to add 5-inch balloons on at the end, which is going to help fill in some of the holes that might happen here. So with this one, I took my cluster of 4 and I already wrapped my 17 in there. I just know that's kind of how I want this to fill in, so I did that first. You don't have to. But if you want. So I have this big 16-inch here that I'm trying to kind of get around. So I'm going to find a spot in here. And then I do kind of want to see where this should sit, probably right about here. So this is where I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to tie my 260. Again, you just have to kind of be willing to, you know, just do what needs to be done in that spot. It's whatever's going to kind of work, like so. And then I'm going to take a 260 and I'm going to attach these two so I don't end up with this gap in here. So I'm just going to go like this. Tie that. Take this and secure this. Now this is secured to this and it's secured to this. It just gives it a little bit more, like, comes together a little better. Wrap that around like so. Like that. Now I have this piece. So we can add some purple. I'm just going to add a chunk of purple right here. Put that in there. Pull it in nice and tight. Wrap it around. I'm just going to put the lavender right here. Pull that around. Figure 8. And then I'm actually just gonna take, because I have a bit left here, I'm gonna attach it right in here to the bottom. So it's getting a little short, so I'm just tying it. I'm just making sure it's tied nice and tight. If there was enough left, I would do a figure 8. Like I said, just kind of be willing to sort of adjust as you need. And then I do have a couple more pink balloons, so we're just gonna add those. Okay, so again, like stepping back and looking at what you're doing every so often is gonna be helpful, because like right now I'm sort of realizing like, oh, I kind of want to fill this spot up top just to make it a little more seamless transition. So I'm just gonna put that here like so. Just kind of makes it flow a little more. So now that we have our sort of Boujee add-on, we're going to start adding those 5-inch balloons. In general, if you have a Boujee build, I would just do the 5s at the very end. Since we have a couple of different video tutorials, these are already attached. But I would say just wait, because then you can kind of see like which areas are going to really need more fill-in and where you're going to want to put all of the 5s that you're going to have.